What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be replacing the spark plugs on my Mustang, my 3.7 V6 Mustang. I'm going to be doing that soon and making a video about that. And so I just wanted to cover the unboxing of the spark plugs and how to properly use the spark plug gap tool and all of that. Before I get started, I just wanted to say, as of recording this video, I am at 31 subscribers. If y'all would be able to get me to 35 subscribers from this video, I would love that. So be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and let's get into this. So I have a 6-cylinder, so I bought 6 spark plugs. You can use upgraded spark plugs. I'm not really upgrading, I'm just looking to replace. So I just got the OEM spark plugs from Ford. So I'm gonna get into them, and I'll start with these. So as you can see, there's the spark plug. And so what is important is this little L right here and the spark, or what makes the spark. So your engine has a specific capacity, and that'll be listed in your owner's manual on what this gap needs to be. And I'll throw a picture on screen of what the 3.7 gap is. It is 0.49 to 0.53, and I'll show you how to use this tool to make sure it's that size. All right, so first I'm going to show you how to properly use this gap tool. So I picked this up at my local O'Reilly's for $4. They make better ones, more advanced ones, but I'm really only changing my spark plugs once. Like, I'm not a regular spark plug changing guy, so I just went with this little cheap one for my application. And so Ford recommends 0.49 to 0.53. So as you can see, right there is 0.50. So we need to fall in between that little hash before and 3 little hashes after. So I'm going to take my spark plug, I'm going to go in between the L and the spot that makes the spark. I'm going to do this until I start feeling resistance, and I start feeling resistance to where I can't move it with light force, around 0.51 for this one. As you can see right there, it's the middle of the L. It falls at like 0.515. And so I see that this one's properly gapped. It falls in those specifications. And so I'm good on this one. And you want to be careful with the little white piece down here and not to be too aggressive with the little piece in there, because you can damage it and then you're going to need another spark plug. So what you're going to do is check the gap on all of the spark plugs that you have. It's important to do that even if they come pre-gapped, because if you don't do that and one's off, then your engine's not going to run smoothly. So I'm going to go ahead and check all of the gap on all of these. This one right here, it went all the way to 0.53 and felt like it could keep going. So I'm going to retest this one just to see, and then I'll show you what I need to do if I do need to decompress it to be a lower spec. And so this one is landing right on 0.53, and I want it to fall a little bit closer within that range. So what you can do is you want to be careful and use not too much force, because you don't need to adjust it that much, but you take it and you can press it up against this to try and compress that L a little bit. Now after doing that, let's see what my spec falls in between. Let me restart. Let me start from over here. Go. And now I'm at 0.515 like most of the others. It kind of wiggled over to 0.53. So let's try this again. Let's just test to be sure. Got it pressed up against. It went in a little bit. I'm gonna go a little bit more just to be sure, just to ensure that this does match most of the others. So let's see what this one got us to. You don't need it to move much. You don't want to press too hard. You don't want to bend it crazy amounts. You just want to bend it a little bit. Still looks like it's sitting on that 0.53, so I think I am going to need to press a little bit harder. Let's see what this did. Alright, so with this one, I ended up pressing too hard. As you can see, I'm at 0.46, and I needed to be between 0.49 and 0.053. So it's actually a great learning moment. So now I can come over here and use the pry feature. And you still want to be careful of the white piece in there and the other piece. You just want to pry it open like a little can. So I'm just going to grab it and see if I can't do it. See if I can't open it up a little bit more. Not by a whole lot, just by a little bit. See, I could feel it moving when I did that. So let's see what it got me to. That was way too much, as you can see. Let me check again. Yeah, way too much. So let me come back. I could feel that moving a lot in my hand. So let me come back and try to compress it. Let's see what this got me to. So compressing it takes a lot more force than it does to open it up. So I'm still sitting way out there at 0.06. Opening it up like that using the tool barely took any force, but this is taking a lot more force. Let's see what I'm at now. And it's not getting as much movement. So I'm getting closer. I'm getting a lot more force closer up. All right, guys, so I got all of these gapped within the correct range using my gap tool. Now I am ready to put these on my car. They're ready to go. You all stay tuned for that video. That video will probably come out either Saturday or Sunday. I plan to do it Friday, so expect that video Saturday or Sunday. But remember, y'all hit that subscribe button, that like button, y'all drop a comment, and I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a great rest of your day.